My goal is to show you how to transfer photos off your memory card onto your Google Drive. I've already put my memory card into my computer using an adapter, and it shows up right here. It just popped up on my desktop. I do have lots of things on my desktop. I'm sorry about that. But if your memory card does not show up, you might need to gently take it out and put it back in carefully. It should just pop up on your desktop. You could always go to your hard drive and look, and it will also show up over here under your favorites and your locations. So it's right here. Right now it looks like there are two folders on this card. I'm going to do this so you can see. Our cameras make different folders based on what camera you use. Shot with a Nikon D3400 and a D3500 and the different dates. If you're using a community memory card, there are usually multiple folders on it. What I'm doing right now is just kind of going through the folders to find the photographs. All right, so here they are. There's all sorts of photographs on here. For the sake of just showing you how to transfer some, and you can transfer many images at once, but I recommend just kind of really keeping track of where you're moving and how many files. And if you try to move an entire folder at once, if there are hundreds of files in there, it may take a while. Just depends on how much time you have. So this is the file we're going to be transferring. And when I move around images, I like to always have two windows open. I like to have the window that I'm working in, and then I like to have a second window of the location I'm going to move my images to. So I'm going to open a new Finder window, and now I'm going to go to my Google Drive folder. Here's my Google Drive, and I have already set up a class folder here to use as an example. So I created a new folder called Fundamentals of Photography. As suggested, I think you should make a folder for each class you have, because if you just make a folder called Photos, by the end of 4 years, you could have hundreds of files just called Photos. So what I recommend doing is creating a folder per project. And in that folder, then you have a place for your original images straight off your memory card, the ones you edit, and then the ones you are going to turn in for your project. So to make a new folder on your Google Drive, you can right click or two finger click and click new folder. And there we go. We have one. We can title it. You can also go up to File, New Folder. I don't need either of these, so I'm going to just go ahead and delete them. So for now, we're going to pretend that this is our project on composition, and I'm just going to grab the first 30 photos here. Got them selected. Okay, what I actually did was I went to the top one, I held down my shift key, selected the bottom one I wanted, and now I'm simply going to drag them and drop them into my Google Drive folder. This is why I do like to have two windows open so I can see that they're moving over. We need to give this some time for them to process. If you quickly take your memory card out of your computer, the files will not have time to process and completely save to your Google Drive. If you are in a rush, you could put the photos on your desktop like I do sometimes. I don't leave them there permanently, But until I have time to finish organizing them, and then I save them to my Google Drive when I have a good solid 5 to 10 minutes to let it process and fully save to my drive before um, getting rid of my memory card or deleting the folder. So I always triple check and make sure the photos are there before I delete them off the memory card. So I save them to my Google Drive. So in theory, it should be syncing up. And if I go over here, I can actually see that it has synced to my online drive and that everything is up to date. So we're going to give it a test. We'll open a blank window. We'll go to my Google Drive online just to show you where the pictures are. So here it is. And we put that under composition and original images, and bam, here are the photos already there. Then you can organize them, delete them, rename them when you have more time. Just while we're in here talking about Google Drive stuff, this might be a good time for me to tell you that you can share a whole folder of images with people and me and also in Echo. So how you actually share an entire folder is you click on the folder and then, all right, so it's highlighted, and then you can click on the little share icon, and then you just type the name of whoever you want to share it to. I'm sharing it with myself. And then you can choose if the person can view them, edit them, or add to the file. Normally, I just do view only, and then you send that person a link, or you can copy it and send it through Echo. It's good practice just to double check and make sure your image is saved. And when you know they are saved, you want to delete the photographs off your memory card. So you can do that by simply highlighting the window that you want and clicking the delete key or dragging and dropping these images into the trash. I'm not going to do that because these aren't photos I need to delete right now. Then finally, when you are finished with everything on your memory card, what you can do is eject it. So right here on our locations, there's a little arrow and you can click on that arrow. And as you can see, it disappeared off my screen and it's been ejected from the computer.